Hello there and welcome to African News 24 TV, where we update you with news from around the world. And I'm Mary Adam. The headlines first. Again, terrorists kill 5 persons in Otobi community in Benue State. Kebbi state government reopens government secondary school in Maga weeks after attacks. Oyo state governor warns Nigerians against unrealistic promises by politicians. And now to the full bulletin. We begin in Benue State with a disturbing report of the killing of 5 persons in a fresh attack by terrorists in Otobi community in Otukbo local government area of the state. This time, among the victims is a former candidate of the People's Democratic Party for Otukbo-Akpa State constituency in the 2019 election, Igbabeochi. According to eyewitness, the attack happened at about 1:30 this morning. It follows a Sunday night kidnapping attempt at Ekwora Odaba in Otobi, which was foiled by community volunteers guard. According to sources, the community may have been singled out for attacks by suspected headsmen over the killing of some persons in April of 2025. When contacted, the president of Otobi Community Development Association, John Anyabi, said the attackers came through the railway station bridge from the Jami part of Otobi and headed to where the victims were sitting, not far from the transformer junction. Still in the north-central part of Nigeria, at least 4 people have been killed and shops burnt by terrorists in Damala village, located in Woko district of Borogo local government area of Niger State. Community sources say an undisclosed number of residents were abducted when gunmen stormed the community, causing residents to flee in panic. The incident comes just days after terrorists attacked Kasuwan Danjin Market in Demo village, also in Bogo local government area, killing no fewer than 42 people and abducting several others. Confirming the attack, the spokesman of the Niger State Police Command, Wasiu Abiodun, said the bandits rustled cattle, killed 4 residents, and set several shops ablaze before fleeing. He added that security agencies have been deployed, clearance operations are ongoing, and surveillance has been intensified to prevent further attacks and restore normalcy. From security to education, the Kebbi state government has reopened government secondary school Maga weeks after it was shut down following the abduction of students by suspected bandits. The school, which was closed as a security measure after the incident, resumed academic activities after the state authorities announced the deployment of additional security operatives to safeguard students, teachers, and school facilities. Officials said the decision to reopen the school followed an improved security assessment of the area and consultations with security agencies, traditional rulers, parents, and community leaders. Armed security personnel have reportedly been stationed within and around the school premises to prevent a recurrence of such attacks. Parents and residents have welcomed the development, but with mixed feelings, with some voicing concerns about the long-term safety of their children. Others commended the government for acting swiftly to restore normal academic activities and prevent further disruption to students' education. From Kebbi to Rivers, where the state government has ordered a full-scale investigation into allegations of extortion and examination malpractice at the Rivers State College of Nursing Sciences in Port Harcourt. The probe follows complaints of money for marks, sale of examination questions and marking schemes, and demands for payment before project topics are approved. Health Commissioner Dr. Adeze Ore announced the suspension of the head of department linked to the allegations and the constitution of an investigative committee chaired by Professor Chizindu Aliko, Chief Medical Director of Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. The committee will conduct a forensic audit of the Year 2 second semester examinations and review academic and financial practices within the institution. From education to politics, The governor of Oyo State, Makinde, has cautioned voters to be wary of politicians making lofty but unrealistic promises as the 2027 general elections approach. Makinde emphasized the importance of critically evaluating politicians' pledges, stating the residents should expect continuity in governance beyond 2027. The governor's warning stems from concerns over the recurring cycle of unfulfilled promises and voter manipulation. Many politicians promise democratic dividends during campaigns, but fail to deliver basic amenities like security, healthcare, and education once in office. Makinde's administration has focused on development and welfare, and he expressed confidence that a member of his team would succeed him and sustain the policies and programs in place. He also urged residents to prioritize security, emphasizing collective responsibility in protecting lives and properties. Still in politics, tensions are running high in Osun State as the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress engage in a bitter struggle for control of local government secretariats. The dispute has led to violence with reports of gunfire and injuries in several areas, including Boluwaduro and Olorunda local government areas. The conflict stems from a Court of Appeal judgment that reinstated previously sacked APC chairmen and councillors. The APC interprets this as a mandate to reclaim control of the local government, while the PDP-led state government argues that the prior federal high court decision nullified the elections that brought these officials to power. The APC has accused the PDP of trying to undermine the court ruling, while the PDP claims the APC is attempting to hijack the local governments through violence and intimidation. Civil society groups have also weighed in, accusing the APC of illegally occupying the secretariats and calling on the police to intervene. The situation has disrupted public services, with many local government offices remaining closed due to safety concerns. The police have been deployed to hotspots to prevent further escalation, and residents have been urged to remain calm. The Osun State government has accused its predecessors, now Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola, of orchestrating the unrest. The APC, however, denies these allegations, claiming the PDP is trying to suppress the court ruling. And in infrastructure, the federal government has ordered immediate commencement of palliative works on the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway to address critical failures and restore traffic flow. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, gave the directive during an inspection of the highway linking Lagos and Ogun states on Monday, January 12, 2026. Umahi said although about 22 kilometers was assessed, active intervention would focus on about 18 kilometers of the most distressed sections of the road. Umahi said the federal government was already handling about 60 kilometers on the corridor and they were being executed in phases based on urgency. He attributed the road's failure to unresolved concession issues and misjudged engineering parameters during an earlier construction. The minister added that the repair would begin immediately, mostly at night, targeting sections that prevented free movement of vehicles. Welcome to business. The federal government has unveiled a newly completed gold refinery in Lagos as part of efforts to boost local value addition and reposition Nigeria's solid minerals sector for increased revenue generation. The unveiling ceremony marks a major milestone in the government's strategy to reduce the export of raw minerals while promoting domestic processing and industrialization. Officials said the refinery is expected to create jobs, enhance technical capacity, and improve Nigeria's standing in the global precious metal markets. In addition to the gold refinery, the federal government also announced plans to fast-track the launch of a $600 million lithium processing plant. The lithium project is aimed at tapping into the growing global demand for battery minerals, especially for electric vehicles and renewable energy storage. Government representatives noted that the initiatives align with Nigeria's broader economic diversification agenda, stressing that the solid mineral sector holds significant potential to complement oil and gas revenues. From gold to oil and gas, Nigeria's fuel import bill has witnessed a significant decline, dropping by 54% to $6.7 billion. This substantial reduction is attributed to the increased production capacity of the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, which has been operating at near full capacity since late 2024. According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria spent $1.2 billion on petrol imports in the first quarter of 2025, down from $2.6 billion in the same period last year. This marks the lowest quarterly import bill since 2020 and reflects the growing impact of domestic refining on the country's fuel supply structure. The Dangote Refinery, with an installed capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, has been instrumental in reducing Nigeria's reliance on imported fuel. The refinery's output has helped to reduce the country's daily petrol imports from 44.6 million litres in August 2024 to 14.7 million litres by April 2025. The Nigerian government has also imposed a 15% import duty on petrol and diesel to support local refiners and reduce dependence on imported fuel. This move is expected to further boost domestic refining and reduce the country's fuel import bill. As Nigeria continues to ramp up its refining capacity, the country is poised to become a net exporter of refined petroleum products, potentially transforming its energy landscape and conserving foreign exchange. On the foreign side, a senior global health official has warned that the United States' withdrawal from the World Health Organization could have far-reaching consequences, describing the move as one that makes the world less safe. The official expressed concern that the exit of the US, one of WHO's largest funders and key contributors to global health research, would weaken international cooperation in tackling disease outbreaks, health emergencies, and future pandemics. According to the official, WHO plays a critical role in coordinating responses to global health threats, sharing vital data, and supporting vulnerable countries with limited healthcare capacity. The absence of US support, both financially and technically, could undermine these efforts. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has threatened to launch airstrikes on Iran, saying it's on the table as the country's security forces continue to crack down on anti-government protests, resulting in at least 648 deaths. The White House confirmed Trump is weighing military options, including airstrikes, amidst escalating violence in Iran. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi responded, saying the country is not seeking war, but is fully prepared for war. He emphasized Iran's readiness for the negotiations, but stressed they must be fair and based on mutual respect. The protests, sparked by economic hardship, have spread across Iran's 31 provinces, with millions demanding political change and an end to the Islamic Republic rule. The US has imposed a 25% tariff on countries doing business with Iran, further straining tensions. Trump has warned Iran leaders that the US will intervene if protesters are targeted, saying, "We will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before." The situation remains volatile, with Iran warning of retaliation against any attack. Welcome to sports. The Super Eagles of Nigeria have begun their preparations for the highly anticipated semi-final encounter against Morocco at the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON 2025 with a closed-door training session at the Complex Mohammed in Rabat. The session, which kicked off at 6 p.m. local time, saw the players and coaching staff arrive from Fez, where they had a recovery session on Sunday following the 2-0 quarter-final win over Algeria. The media will have access to the 15 minutes of the team's next training session on Tuesday ahead of the big match against Morocco on Wednesday at the Prince Moulay Hassan Stadium in Rabat. The Super Eagles are looking to secure a spot in the AFCON 2025 final, and their preparations have been intense, with coach Eric Chill emphasizing the need for tactical precision and discipline. Video assistant referee (VAR) errors have increased in the first half of the Premier League season, according to analysis of data from the league's independent key match incidents panel by BBC Sports. The panel recorded 13 VAR errors, a 30% rise from the same stage last season, though still fewer than the 20 and 23 errors logged in the previous two campaigns. The report shows that most of the mistakes this season were missed interventions, where VAR failed to alert referees to incorrect decisions, while wrongly made interventions declined slightly. Overall, VAR overturns also fell by nearly 18%, reflecting the league's continued emphasis on only intervening in clear and obvious errors. The errors occurred across several high-profile matches, including missed red cards, unawarded penalties, and incorrect disciplinary calls involving clubs such as Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, and Manchester City. The findings have once again raised questions about consistency in officiating, despite ongoing efforts to improve VAR accuracy in the Premier League. In entertainment, Nollywood superstar Funke Akindele has made history with her latest film Behind the Scenes, which has grossed over 2.1 billion naira at the box office, making it the highest grossing Nollywood film of all time in Africa. The film, which was released in December 2025, has broken multiple records, including the highest single-day gross on Boxing Day with 129.5 million naira. Akindele's achievement solidifies her position as West Africa's highest-grossing filmmaker, writer, director, and producer of all time. Behind the Scenes has also become the top-grossing Nollywood release in the United Kingdom and Ireland, further cementing Akindele's global influence. The film's success is attributed to relatable storyline, all-star cast, and advanced screening. Meanwhile, there was a mild tension at a magistrate court on Tuesday as controversial Nigerian singer Habib Okikiola, popularly known as Portable, was arraigned and subsequently remanded over allegations of assaulting a police officer and stealing a vehicle. The singer was brought before the court following his arrest in connection with an incident that reportedly occurred during a confrontation with law enforcement operatives. He was charged with offenses bordering on assault, theft, and conduct likely to cause a breach of public peace. During the court proceedings, the prosecution informed the court that Portable allegedly assaulted a police officer in the course of his duties and unlawfully took possession of a vehicle. The prosecutor requested that the defendant be remanded in custody to allow for the completion of investigations and legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions. Counsel to the defendant pleaded for bail, arguing that Portable is a public figure with a known address and posed no flight risk. However, the magistrate declined the bail application, stating that the court lacked jurisdiction to grant bail on the charges at that stage. The court subsequently ordered that Portable be remanded in custody, pending further legal advice, and adjourned the case to a later date for hearing. The development has since generated mixed reactions on social media, with fans and members of the public debating the recurring legal troubles of the singer and calling for due process to take its course. And with that, we call it a wrap on this bulletin. Please stay tuned for more updates on the stories and others on our website at africannews24.ng and follow us on all our social media platforms to stay informed and ahead. I'm Mary Adim. Good evening.